Hi. I know a lot of us are in lockdown right now in Bali here. We're not. Everything is kind of it's pretty much back to normal. It's a little weird without tourists, but things are normal. There's traffic. It's really quite normal here. But I know a lot of other places are going through another lockdown. It's like these are whatever happens is, our circumstances always tend to bite us in the ass. And there's no difference here. People are poor, and we've had some family things which has kept me from posting for a little while, which the six of you that actually follow me may be aware of, that I haven't posted in 2 weeks. But I'm trying to do this more often. Today we're going to do a follow-along class that is going to be short-ish. I try to make them short, but it's hard for me to do this in less than, I don't know. We'll see how long it goes. And that's still a mystery to me. But I want to try to tie together some of the ideas from my Qua video and my other moving from the center videos and turn it into a class of, I consider these exercises because Qigong happens for me when the internal movement starts to become second nature, and we don't have to focus on the body mechanics anymore. But body mechanics are part of allowing the energy to flow. So in order to release the tension in the body, we have to open the joints. We have to do a lot of things. We have to be aware of the alignment. Many teachers don't teach alignment, and it's fine if you feel good doing their classes. There's no judgment. But if you want to do Qigong at some point, or if you just want to feel better in your body and break through some of the patterns of tension that you're carrying, then this is the way that I learned to do that, because I had a stiff and painful body, which I've said before. Without talking too much, I'm going to move on. I'm going to go through some of the points that I've talked about in the past. And but this is going to be, I'm going to show you exercises that'll help you to connect your center, connect your body, connect your center to the whole body, and then we'll do a little bit of Qigong, and you can understand how the movement can become effortless, hopefully, and tie it together with the Qua and the center and all of the body mechanics that I've been going over in my last few videos. So, without further ado, we'll start with some arm swings. So we got to do a little warm up. It's early in the morning here. I haven't actually done anything yet except for meditate. So there's alignment happening here. So we'll start with lifting your heels and turning around your spine. So I've noticed that if I do this in a class, there's people doing this. The spine is straight up. The shoulders are over the hips. The arms are loose. I don't have to throw my arms. And you can turn your head so that you're turning your whole spine. But the spine is straight. The shoulders are over the hips and turning. Coming back to the center, keeping the knees forward now. So this is going to happen in an inguinal twist, so the Qua, twisting from the Qua, not from the ankles. Okay, and keep your head forward, because keeping your head forward means that your spine is going to be straight. So ears away from the shoulders. Even in this gentle kind of free movement, we want to create structure in the body. But the arms, I'm not throwing my arms around. My body is throwing my arms around. I'll do this for a little while. Feel what's going on. See if you can let go. Let go. But don't let go of your head. Don't move your head. Try to not move your head. Move around your head. Head stays in the center. Just preparing the body a little bit for understanding the movements that we're going to do later. Okay, swing your arms like this. So this is, I'm not throwing my arms. It's just my seat dropping, and I'm allowing the arms to come up in the front and back. The movement's all from the knees, and keeping the spine straight, and the seat dropping. So the head is still not, is forward, and trying to keep the neck long, so not like this. It's not wild movement. Just swinging your arms. Just swinging your arms. It's a good way to start. I know it's getting to be cooler where a lot of you are. It's really hot here. Later in the day, 32 degrees. But we get this done early. So just a few minutes of this. So not by repetitions, but by a little bit of time to let the body cook a little bit. Okay. Okay. Moving around your center. So hands up, we do a really short, this warm-up is going to be relatively short. So moving your center. My elbows are bent, my palms are up, and I'm looking at my hands. And now that you've seen this, look at your hands, and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't throw your head back, but stretch the back of your neck long. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Reverse. 1, look at your hands. 2, 3, 4. There's a back bend here. 5, 6. Your center is moving around you. 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Bring your hands down. Stretch them out. So this is the hard part, right? Stretch your fingers apart. Stretch your elbows apart. Feel the joints in your shoulders. Fly open. Open those joints. I know there's tension here, and it sucks, and live with it, because that's the way it's going to feel good. We're going to roll our hands. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't drop them. 7, 8. Just keep pushing them farther and farther apart. Reverse again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last time. 1, 2. Keep stretching your elbows apart. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend your elbows. 1, 2, 3. Keep them up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hands on your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shoulder rolls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now be careful of your neck. We're going to do this a little differently than in my warm-up video. So I want you to stretch your neck long, and I want you to tip your ear up to the ceiling. So instead of dropping the ear to the shoulder, pull your shoulders down and tip your ear up to the ceiling. So, and then to the other side. So go slow here. And don't pull, just keep stretching your neck long. Gently, slowly back and forth. Don't throw your head back and forth because you'll hurt yourself. Just for a little while. Okay, so now lifting up, lifting your head long, neck long. So make small circles with your head. Just pull. So we're not going to throw our head all the way back. We're not going to stretch our head back. We're going to stretch our head up and get under the base of the skull and stretch the neck long. So notice if there's tension in your low back and pull your tailbone down. If you've looked at any of my other videos, you know that you don't want tension in your low back. So don't let that happen. Pull your tailbone away from the base of your skull. Tip your pelvis towards the back. Reverse. And relax. Put your hands on your low back. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So the head is vertical. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So lengthen. Don't look at me. Look at the floor. Lengthen your spine. Pull your tailbone down. Stick your lower back up. So holding on to your core, right? So engage your perineum. Engage your core muscles and come down and squat with control. If this is hard for you, it hurts your knees, don't do it. This will really strengthen your knees and come back up and lengthen. So lengthen the back of your neck. Let your low back come up. You can't do this with your butt sticking out. So pull the core, pull under, and create some control to come down. Come down with some control so you get more comfortable here. And come back up. And lengthen. One more time. So just take a breath. And now engage the core. And come down and squat on the balls of your feet. And come back up. Make your feet wide. So we're going to just roll our knees out. And in. Watch your neck if you're looking at the screen like this. Okay. Your foot comes up. Rotate the ankle. Rotate the other way. Good for your balance. Put the foot down. Pick up the other foot. Rotate the ankle. Rotate it the other way. Put the foot down. Pick the first foot back up and rotate the lower leg. The other way. I should have said that when I did it. Back down. Rotate the lower leg. Reverse. Make that a circle. Put it down. Okay, spinal waves. So put your hands on your thighs, and we're going to do some spinal waves. So starting with the head, you're going to come forward and pull the tailbone under, and make that come up through the top, up through the skull, up through the spine. Just gentle. Try to move as many vertebrae as you can. We're going to do this for a while. Preparing the spine. This is an excellent movement. Everybody needs it. Especially if you find this difficult, see what's moving and what's not moving in your spine. Whole spine. Try to contain the movement so that you can really feel the vertebra opening and sliding. And let this feel really good. So this is working to help strengthen the anterior spinal stabilizers, which will release the Oh my God. The ones in the front of the spine, and release the ones in the anterior. Sorry, and release the posterior. Spinal erectors. Woo. The interior. Okay. Keep going. A little more. Maybe you're getting some movement by now. Okay, so now. Okay, so feel, you know what that felt like. So now we have to reverse that movement, which is a little hard, you know, coming from one. Oh, what's the reverse? Comes from the bottom up. So this is pulling up your spine from the bottom. And it's a slightly different feeling. And this is actually the feeling that we're going to use a lot in the next exercise. So get kind of used to this. So notice that you engage your core at the bottom of this movement and pull it up the spine. So the core has to engage and release and engage and release. And this will help your spine move. Okay, I suggest you do this for a few minutes every day, these spinal waves. If you don't do anything else, do that. That's really good exercise. It's really good to loosen things up. Okay, from here, so this is called spinal cord breathing. And what happens is, it looks like this. So exhale, inhale. So I'm pulling my elbows together. We'll do this together. You don't have to do it with me. You can watch now, and then when you do it, you don't have to watch so much. So elbows come back and squeeze a little bit. So it's like when you're doing a bench press, you know, you squeeze your elbows back together a little bit, and then the elbows lift and round the upper back. So the upper back so we're just taking the body and rounding it one way and the other way. So the head doesn't throw all the way back, keeping the neck long, keeping some, stability in the head. Okay, so now we're going to do it slow, and it's a breathing exercise. So you have to engage your core. So as we inhale, your perineum is going to lift slightly. If you can't find your perineum, try to lift everything there, your anal sphincter, that whole thing, and eventually you'll figure out where your perineum is. But you don't have to really work hard at this. It's a soft breath. You don't even want to hear it. All of the breath that is soft is more penetrating. See, I'm getting quite a bit more light in the room right now. Okay? So, inhale. And lift your elbows, exhale, and release everything. So long, inhale, and exhale. So the arms are up and they go back, and the elbows come up and the hands come down and the spine rounds. So gentle breath, exhale. Gentle movement. Inhale. Exhale. Don't forget to squeeze your perineum on the inhale. This is called reverse breathing. Exhale. Inhale. We let everything go on the exhale. So we don't hold that. It's not like doing Ashtanga yoga or something where you hold the perineum the whole time. And you hold your abdominal muscles the whole time. This is a much more subtle movement down there. We're just trying to straighten things out and move the spine and breathe directly into the base of our spine. It's called spinal cord breathing. Gentle squeeze. Enjoy this movement. Like, let it really open you up. Opens up the back and front of the body for the breath. All the way down. Breathe all the way down to the base of your spine. And then on the exhale, circulate that energy through your whole body. Don't imagine that. Just do it. Imagining it doesn't do it. Just do it. Do the breath and feel where you want it to go. And that's how you do it, not by trying to do it. And keep your eyes open. See, be part of the world here. Okay, that's just about enough. One more. Open up, big one, take a big one, and let it out. Open mouth. And relax, and just feel the energy. Feel the chi flowing. Maybe. Maybe you feel the chi now. Okay, so a little bit of I want to put in a little refresher here about using this your center. So bring one foot forward, right? So as we inhale, the leg straightens. As we exhale, we come into a lunge. So using the kwa, just a little bit. We're just going to warm up this area. The back knee bends. Back knee is bending. So just warming this area up a little bit. We're not going to do this for too long. Make sure the back knee bends. Keep it soft. This is all very soft. Do the other side. So just a little bit. I got a whole video on this. Kwa exercises. But I'm only touching the surface here to remind you that the hips aren't moving like this. They're moving internally, so that my hands, if I put my hands here, they're not twisting. They're both coming forward, both coming back. Just a little bit of that, you know? You have to start feeling that, so that as you pull back, this hip has to draw back even with this hip. As you pull forward, this hip has to come forward with this hip. So, gentle movement. Just notice the back knee is bending, the front knee doesn't straighten completely. We're working in here. It's not about what it looks like. It's not this. Not that. I know. It's this. Come into a short horse stance. Sink down. We're just going to go side to side. Just feel that. So you're just moving horizontally. moving horizontally, just relaxed. This isn't intense. It's not really wide. I'm not about that right now. Okay, and now I want you to feel the movement come from here. The movement come from here. So there's less of this and more of the same movement. I don't know if you can see that, but one comes forward, one comes back, one comes forward, one comes back, one comes forward, one comes back. Okay. Coming to Wuji, feel it. So I've given you the landmarks before. It's the liver 3-point in your feet, the liver 12-point here. Tailbone is loose and free. The movement comes from here, tongue to the roof of the mouth, ears away from the shoulders, elbows slightly rotated. Just elbows. So I'm not doing this. Just rotate the elbows. Rotate the elbows. Your shoulders will find a more natural way to be. Rotate the elbows. Shoulders apart from the ears. Ears as far from the shoulders as you can take them. Puts your head into the right position. So just feel this movement and make sure that the weight is more in the balls of your feet. That you're not adjusting yourself and ending up on your heels. It's an extra maybe 5% in the balls of your feet. Send your roots down through that liver 3-point into the earth. Just send them down. Don't imagine them down. Send them down. Eventually, they'll go down. Just do it. You can't do this with your thinking mind. You have to just do it. Allow your low back to relax. Tailbone down. Soften here. The knees are bent. Bend your elbows. Make a chi ball. Chi ball. Right? So chi ball. Roll your wrists. Roll your wrists. So what's moving here? This is an exercise that is related to lion plays with the ball. This whole exercise that is going to be this class. Right, so how do my wrists and hands move from my center? So notice that I'm using my elbows, the weight of my elbows. I'm pushing and pulling just from the elbows. And there's a little bit of movement in the hips. So as the qua stabilizes and releases, so that there's a little wave happening even in this small movement. So my tailbone is pulling slightly down. Not much is moving. I don't have to move much. I'm not doing that. Right? I'm not doing that. It's just from the elbows. So the elbows are just doing turning like a crank. When you jack a car, you've got almost the same kind of joint, except that one spins. Right? It goes back and forth like that. So that it's coming from the elbows. This releases the tension around your shoulders. Right? It releases the tension around your shoulders, but it's directed from the center. So the ball is moving from the center. We can bring the ball down now, and we're just going to So just bend the elbows to pull the ball up. Don't lift the shoulders. Push the elbows forward. And the ball comes down at the bottom of this movement. Bend the elbows to lift the ball up. So this is a forward circle. Effortless. Effortless because you're not using your muscles. You're pushing with your elbows. You're just allowing the muscles in your shoulders to stretch around your armpits, and notice what's going on in my center. So as I come down, this ball in my belly is keeping my low back long. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. We want to keep the structure. This is just the elbows. So we want to get rid of those patterns that make us think we have to engage muscles and use everything. This is coming from here. So I'm getting some traction from the qua as I do this. Gentle traction as the qua pulls down and back. As I bend my knees to keep my low back long. And you can do this on the breath. So sometimes I go fast to illustrate, but inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. We've been doing this long enough. So I'm going to start counting, and we'll go now down, drop them all the way down. And now, without lifting your shoulders, pull your hands forward. Pull them forward. Don't let the shoulders lift, and then bend your elbows to bring them in. So now it's a negative circle. The first one was a positive circle. This is a negative circle. And again, this is being anchored in the qua. It's being anchored in the center. You can feel this through your whole spine, and that spinal wave that we did before a while ago, it's back. Okay, so now the movement that we did in the beginning. So elbow comes down to the side, qua pulls, but is anchored on this side, and coming forward. So it drops down, the elbow bends, and pushes the hands forward. So 1. The shoulders, I'm not using my shoulders. 2, 3, 4. Shoulders are horizontal. We're not tipping the shoulders. The spine is straight. Ears away from the shoulders. I lost count naturally. Exhaling down Inhaling up, exhaling down. Or just breathe naturally. Your body knows how to breathe. Just let it breathe. That may not be your rhythm. Extra credit, you can engage your perineum. Turning the ball. So when a cat, this is lion plays with the ball, right? When a cat is playing with the ball, it doesn't have to reach its hand. It moves with the shoulder as far down as it can. It's a natural movement, efficiency of movement. We don't have to engage what don't need to use. We don't have to use what we don't need to use. Now reverse. Pushing from the bottom. Notice my elbow is bent here. I'm not reaching it up and back. It's not that. It's just, so it comes down. Sometimes talking screws me up. Comes down to the side. And the elbow winds it around, not the shoulder. The shoulder's not doing much. It's just being there, and the tissues around the shoulder are loosening. So your shoulders, hopefully at the end of this little practice, will feel loose and free. So play with these movements. This is a whole practice, right? And then you can start to lift your elbow, and it's different. So when you lift your elbow, you still have to work with the quad, right? It becomes a different movement. And back, we still want to make the elbow guide the shoulder rather than the shoulder guide the elbow. That's the key. We want to make this as efficient as we can, but we also want it to open up the space around the shoulder, because that's what these exercises are really for. So come back to Wuji. Come back and just feel. Feel your shoulders. Feel any difference in your body from where we started. And we're going to close. So, rolling externally, roll your hands all the way down. Now, before you lift your shoulders, bend your elbows, bringing down the heavens. So we can go higher than that because we're lifting out, right? Shoulders stay down. 1, 2, like warm oil passing through your system, releasing stagnant chi into the earth. 3. And now we're going to shake for a couple of minutes. Not very long here. If this isn't enough, you can shake anytime, any place. Again, I have structure when I shake. My shoulders are over my hips. My spine is straight. My ears are away from the shoulders. My head isn't moving even though I'm shaking. There's structure here. It's like picking up a branch with leaves and shaking the branch. When you're shaking from your spine, the tissues all shake. Bending the knees, let the shaking come from the knees. Okay, so this has been going on for a while. So just now stop and close your eyes and just feel the chi. Take a couple of breaths. Always have to close. Men, put your right hand on your heart, women your left. The other hand goes on the lower abdomen with the thumb about in the navel. Close your eyes. So massaging, softening, soften, soft, gentle massage, but like you're hugging yourself. 12, massage 12 times clockwise, 12 times anti-clockwise, or counterclockwise for you Americans, us Americans. Keep your eyes closed. Feel it. Feel the breath. And reverse when you get to 12. This is at your speed. I'll give you all time to catch up. And then just take a few more breaths. Just feel where we've been. Feel where you are. Feel yourself in the room. Feel your feet on the floor. Do you feel any more grounded? Do you feel any different? Okay, bring your feet together. Drop both hands onto your belly. Keep your eyes closed. Bend your knees and be bamboo in the wind. Sink your roots down into the earth and relax here for a couple of breaths. Just a few. Okay, drop your hands, open your eyes. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And feel free to message me if you have any questions. Anyway, I try to do this more often. And I know things are a little rough out there. Maybe this will help. Okay, and I'll see you soon. So, for those of you that have hung in, and those few people that I know follow this, that's why I do it. It doesn't really matter. Numbers don't really matter. What matters is that I help some people find the energy in their body and deliver them, into a place where they're less reactive to the world, which is really what this practice has done for me. Is it's made me less reactive to circumstances. Now things happen and you just go, oh, really, really hard things happen, and you go, okay, well, it's hard, but this is life. And you just move through it. You do what you have to do, and you don't get all caught up in how bad it is and how shitty it is. You just do it. So, thanks again. I appreciate your attention. Take care.